Okay, at some point it looks like I'm gonna have to fire my attorney in Louisiana and go back to pro se, or until I can establish a free lawyer under Judge Barber's jurisdiction. So it's at my case is at a point where it's just gotten way too costly. It should, you know, the amount of money that was spent on this is just incredible. It's could have gotten a new car, but instead I had to spend other people's money, and people will argue that this money would not have been released by the viewers if it wasn't over this case. If I would have asked money for a new car, I wouldn't have gotten that. It's all for just defense while I was in jail, trying to get free. So this case, it's cost about $23,000, maybe $24,000 over since January 2022, or so. Well, actually no, it's since I paid for the lawyer in about, what was it, April something like 11th, 4/11/22, and that's where the contract. Well, after that, about in May 2022. So it's been about 2 years with the lawyer contracts, and then much longer than that. In January 2022, when I was arrested, I was pro se for a chunk of time. And I mean, part of that pro se was begging for a lawyer right on the very trial day. And well, yeah, I got it, and then I went up to the Supreme Court and back down with really just a reset. And now I'm back at the start. And this is, you know, only within this jurisdiction of Natchitoches. That's it. But I mean, I'm being told that they can grab me far outside of Natchitoches, and I argue that they can't. 'Cause we're talking about extradition issues. I have court dates lined up, and I'm facing a trial in August. And I mean, we're seeing reports about the hottest record hot days in India and Arizona, and I mean, this year is set to be on pace for more record breaking, and I'm supposed to go down to a trial in August? I don't think so. That's a hard no. And I didn't get any say so on this because I was shut out from the Zoom hearing. These same people can hold trials on Zoom, yet they can't hold a status conference, a banal or benign, you know, insignificant status conference. It's so insignificant that they have to shut me out from it. Well, why even do anything? Why even say anything? Why even have the conference if you're going to shut me out of it? It's amazing how they operate. And it's all in secrets. That's the main theme throughout this whole thing. It's in secrets, lies, and secrecy, from the top to the bottom. And yeah, I've been out of their jurisdiction for easily over a year, and I was only within their jurisdiction for a day when I got arrested, and then I just suddenly became a part of their culture, trying to fight for my rights and freedoms, and then ending up in jail and looking at jail again. I'm looking at certain steps. I mean, whatever. I still have a lawyer, but I mean, I don't want to pay him anymore. I think we're done. I'm done paying him anything. I can't raise money. I couldn't raise money for Kentucky, and I fought it all with help, but I fought it all myself. And you know, going through the stress of having to go to the court dates and stuff. Well, that's what lawyers take, that stress away. They go to the court for you, but you know, my lawyer wants to take the stress off my shoulders for $6,000 more in Natchitoches, and I'm like, you know, it's not necessary. I think I'll just take it from here, and I'll do what I can do without stepping foot back in the States. I'll write letters, I'll write motions, and then see how they respond to that. But I mean, I can't do that. I'll write a letter to Billy Bob Thornton or Billy Joe Harrington, and ask him to take Cloyd off the case. I mean, we've already gotten, it's my case. I've already gotten Judge Ousley off my case, and now we got Judge Barber. Now all I need is Cloyd Benjamin to get off my case, and have somebody else, you know, have somebody with a fresh set of eyes on this. Since it's so important, it's probably best to have somebody else, just to avoid the appearance of this being personal and just ethical, because he had some guy sit in on him for him on one day. Well, I'd bring that guy back and have him run my case, because Cloyd's made it all personal. In fact, if my lawyer doesn't file a recusal, I'll file it. I see that ChatGPT and Google Gemini are getting better at writing motions, so I could make use of them by inputting as much information as I can about what Cloyd has said and done, and then present that to Judge Barber for him to decide. All right, and I don't know how he will decide, you know, without me being there. But it's a motion that needs to be filed. It's like it's a part of it needs to be part of the process, really, for as long as this has been going on, and as personal as I guess it's gotten on the prosecutor's side. We need to attack the prosecutor. That's just a part of the process. I mean, he's shown through the way he talks to me and stuff. You know, oh, you're learning. He's like been my punishing tutor. He's the tutor who just punishes me for not saying the things that he wants to hear. They don't have to be the right things. He wants me to say the wrong things, and only if it makes him feel good. He doesn't care if it's right or wrong, just as long as it makes him feel good. And a prosecutor with that much ego really shouldn't be on any cases. But I mean, in Natchitoches, they got a lot of problems. You know, gunfire almost every night. They're trying to kill each other almost every day. I heard people yelling at each other, saying, "Bring it! Come on, get me!" Or, you know, they're just challenging each other to fist fights on the streets. It's not just gunfire. Gunfire is just a part of the aggression going on. And then we're supposed to be led to believe that they're all they got Southern hospitality and practice you know, the ways of the South or whatever. It's all just a facade in my opinion. So I guess when I lose my lawyer, because I'm not paying, so I got to say when I lose my lawyer, at whatever point, I guess I'd say it's up to him. I say he could go today. All right, he could just get off my case today, file whatever papers, and just whenever it happens, I'm ready. I want to file a motion for Zoom. Okay, I'll demand to be heard over Zoom as pro se. You know, I'll come back on as pro se, I guess. Maybe make use the formalities of announcements I just need Judge Barber's email, and well, I guess I could just write to the Natchitoches city courts, and then they would forward it to Judge Barber. So I still have the Natchitoches city courts email them, and then I guess Cloyd. Really though, you know, at this point, I don't think I'll email Cloyd a single thing. I think I got Billy J. Harrington's email. I would do just the court and Billy J. Harrington, you know, the supervisor of the DA's office, and then he can forward it to Cloyd. And I'll make my motions, you know, demand for Zoom, you know, get Cloyd off the case, maybe refile some motions, like, you know, I've been, you know, when I, you know, with my lawyer, we're talking about various motions to file. Just I'll figure it out when I have to. But yeah, I pretty much, I have 3 cases that are active right now. Okay, Louisiana has been going on for over 2 years. McCracken County, Kentucky, that's been going on since January, and without doing anything, saying anything, it'll just end on its own in September. So, but that's still an active case. The prosecutor just chose to leave it active for 6 months after the agreement. And then now Wisconsin, which is just beginning, I'm trying to get evidence, simple evidence, trying to reach out to the prosecutor. I don't even know who the prosecutor is. They don't make themselves known. It's really amazing. That might be an advantage for Wisconsin, to hide their prosecutors and just only talk to the judge. That's something else. But yes, Louisiana's the most bothersome with this whole thing. But I feel like I could just leave it behind, forget about it, and just forget about Louisiana. I think I have to worry about extradition. At some point, Judge Barber's probably, you know, at some point he's going to say, okay, Travis failed to show up. It's going to be just like Williston, North Dakota, where Judge Roosted, he let me have a Zoom hearing one time, and then he stopped allowing me Zoom hearings after that. And then he demanded I be present in courts while I was 3 states south of there. And then since I failed to show up, he put an arrest warrant out for me. So he kept my case active and open, and I had an arrest warrant. And you know, that was during COVID. That was, Williston's on the west half, very far west, and I decided, since I was going up the west half of Minnesota, I'll slip into North Dakota and turn myself in. And I did, and they didn't do anything. They just said that we can't do anything because it's COVID, and the jails won't take me because it's still the COVID time. But if it wasn't COVID, they would have taken me, because they did see I had an active warrant on a misdemeanor, but yeah, they let me go. But I'm thinking probably now that restriction is probably lifted. But that was a surprise. But the reason I turned myself in partly is because the previous day I found out that the judge just dismissed the case, and I didn't think that the east half would have gotten that message yet. And I thought it would have been funny to get tossed in jail over a case that's already been closed, dismissed, just because of the communication gap there. I was curious how long it would have taken, but because COVID, that idea got thwarted, and I was just able to walk away after even turning myself in. But I think that Louisiana's going to do that, probably with a little something more harsh. You know, I'll have the arrest warrant, but you know, in North Dakota you can only turn I tried to turn myself in Minnesota. I don't quite understand arrest warrants and extradition, but I actually stopped at a police station in Minnesota, and they said that they don't do that. And that was North Dakota, and I'm pretty darn sure that's for Louisiana too. If I tried to turn myself in any other state, because of Louisiana's arrest warrants, they're not going to do anything about it. that doesn't come up on their system. But I'm being told that, oh, you know, the next crime that I face, so it's, since I got this arrest warrant out for Louisiana, that's just going to make me sit in jail in another state even longer. Well, what am I going to do? I'm not going back to Louisiana for a trial in August. And as far as I know, the states need to really align. The states have to kind of align with the law in Louisiana to comply, in my opinion. There's only 4 states that have this stop and ID: Arizona, Nevada, Indiana, and then Louisiana. That's it. No other states have this stop and ID. Stop and give me your ID without any, well, under certain restrictions. Because I asked Google Gemini what states have the stop and ID, and Google Gemini said there's 4 states. That's it. It's so unpopular. Only 4 states practice that. And now I'm being told, which I need to learn more about, but I could be held. My case might just be closed. They might just hold a trial with me in absentia. You know, I could waive my right to be at the trial and just let them go through it. Then they'll Judge Barber will issue a judgment against me, and then if he wants to assign jail time to me, then I'll still have an arrest warrant out to serve my jail time. So either way, you know, whether the case stays open and I say I refuse to go to my trial, it stays open that way, or the trial completes and I am sentenced to jail time, then there's that. There's 2 ways to hold extradition over my head: before trial and after trial, like that. You know, they gotta bring me before court for my trial, or bring me to court for sentencing, I guess, mandatory sentencing. Because I guess maybe he can't sentence me without me being there. He'll find me guilty and then sentence me. So I mean, it's a process that I'm gonna just have to keep a distance on it. Let them work it through it in their own jurisdiction. Louisiana is the leader on oppression, and I just don't know how other states could follow what they're doing exactly. It comes down to individuals. I mean, I got a lot of arrests in my history already, and I mean, the judges and prosecutors are already making their opinions about me based on that. So what am I going to do about that? And then have this Louisiana thing. People know that Louisiana is pretty oppressive, but heck, you know, a prosecutor takes what they can get, and they want to press me with all the weight that they can put on me to get the most favorable outcome for themselves, since we have adversarial roles here. And all I could do is just fight back, but I mean, I can only fight for, you know, so hard. I only got so much money to, you know, fight with. I got to think about future crimes. You know, if I'm going to be charged with more, I got to figure out this Wisconsin thing. Will I need a lawyer for this Wisconsin legal issue, or I guess civil issue? So it's just kind of like, right now I'm at the point where I'm just trying to determine, when will my lawyer let go. At some point he's got to go, after the case is closed, or sometime before the case closes while it's still open. There's from now until the case is closed, my lawyer's going to leave. And it sounds like sooner rather than later, because I'm not willing to pay. $6,000 is too much, plus all the other fees, the gas and the paperwork, all of that. Because, you know, nobody can do Zoom down there unless if they can hold it. I don't know. It depends on who you are, I guess. So You know, forget about my voice recorder. I guess Judge Owsley's, that's one of Judge Owsley's toys. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.